Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. Today I want to go over these Workpro water pump pliers. I know I'm kind of late to the game with these. I saw these first on Last Best Tool with Doc. They seem like a great little pair of pliers, but when I went to go purchase them, they were sold out on Amazon. They were sold out for a while. Kept checking on them, and finally they're back in stock. So I placed an order actually for the black one here, and then also the silver one. That one I'm actually still waiting for. But the 5-inch, I've had these ones for quite a while. So, when I had these right here and I saw Doc review these, I was like, I don't know if I see a use case for something this small. I have, some really small, like snap-on pliers that I use for certain things. The needle nose and the long nose and the regular slip joints. And these are, I think they're 5-inch versions. And, they work really well. Again, this is one of my most used tools, in the garage. But, I usually use it for things that don't need a lot of force. So if I need something with a lot of force, obviously I'm going to grab a bigger plier for more leverage. So when I saw these, I'm like, I don't know what the use case for me would be for this. And then especially when I got them, I kind of compared them a little bit. And when you put them here side by side, the jaw kind of profile is very, very similar. The 4-inch ones are significantly thinner, which that I could see is definitely an advantage of trying to get into places. Now the 4-inch obviously is not going to open up nearly as wide as the 5-inch. But again, you're not using this for something that's going to require a whole lot of leverage anyways. But I was actually surprised, I got these yesterday morning, and I kind of kept them all, with me in my pocket, all day yesterday. And today I've been playing around with them, using it for little things here and there. And I'm actually a bit surprised, but I actually like this one better than this one. There's definitely a use case for this guy. And, if you guys have seen kind of before, one of my favorite toolkits here that has a 3D printed case, has a spot normally for the Knipex version of this, but I modified it slightly to fit the Workpro, and I took off the grips and all that kind of good stuff. So I can definitely see a use case for it. But one thing that bothered me, I know a lot of the other YouTubers that have reviewed this have said the same thing, is just how far this button sticks out. I mean, it is absolutely, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's absolutely crazy. Like, I don't understand what the design, process was on this, but it's just not great. And then one thing that I've noticed, at least on my pair, is you only want to kind of press it halfway, because if you press it all the way, it kind of gets stuck, and then you have to, kind of finagle it to get it to work properly. Where, I wish they would have done the same setup as they did for this guy on the 5-inch, because as you can see, the button is much lower profile. It works really well. I don't have any kind of lockup. It's very, very smooth, and if they're able to make it work on the smaller one, I'm not sure why they didn't do that on the larger one. And even, when you compare this to the Knipex, I mean, obviously the Knipex is the 7.25-inch version, the 180s, I believe. And, you can see, sorry guys for the shadow, that it sticks out much less. So, if you're in a confined space, something like this is not going to work. Where this, I think, is great, especially, if you're one of those guys that likes an everyday carry. I mean, honestly, if you have something like this, maybe, a little pry bar to take with you and, a screwdriver, you're pretty much good to go. I mean, that's going to solve most of the jobs that you're working on. But, and actually, let me kind of just show you here how, this thing opens up super, super wide. I mean, granted, you're not going to have a whole lot of leverage. So if you're on a large fastener like this, and it's really stuck, you're probably not going to be able to get it off. However, this is just it's not a huge fastener, it's just a 13 millimeter. So, if I think with this one, it's about halfway or so, and then I can get around this and get, nice bite on there, and that thing is not going anywhere. So, I think these are a great set of pliers. Now, the price fluctuates. I think they're somewhere between $11 and $16. As they get closer to the $11 range, I think they're definitely a buy. When they get up to the kind of $16, $17 range, for me, it's a bit iffy, because now you're getting into the point where for another, $10–15, you can actually buy the Knipex version of these. I'm actually kind of glad they did not include a cushion grip, because again, if this is something that is, you know, an everyday carry, you know, things like this, when you're putting it in your pocket and taking it out, the grip kind of gets stuck on the inside of your pocket, where something like this will not. So especially, you know, for you guys that kind of carry around like maybe like a little case that has tools, this I think is a must add. Like if you, especially if you had this, you know, I know we're kind of getting up there here in tools, but just, you know, something like that is gonna solve a lot of the issues that you kind of run into on a day-to-day basis. Maybe add, you know, a pocket knife or something in there as well, or just, you know, use a multi-tool also. So tell me, what do you guys think? Have you guys been trying to get your hands on this and it's been sold out? Or did you actually purchase it? Do you like it? Things like that. So, you know, I've actually been pretty happy with the Workpro stuff that I bought. Actually, when I got these ones, I ended up buying a second pair just so I could take off the grips and put it into that case. And again, this, I've bought a couple pairs. So, you know, Workpro is starting to impress me. So I think I'm definitely going to go check out a little bit more of their collection. And if you guys have other Workpro tools other than just these water pump pliers, you know, please tell me, what do you guys think? Is there something that you guys have used that really like that you'd like me to take a look at? So this is a kind of a short video today on this little guy. So thank you guys very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.